I made it to day 5, guys. Literally made it to day 5. Okay, so I'm going to start posting these videos on Instagram. I've been posting them on YouTube. So you missed 4 days, which you probably don't care about because you probably aren't going to watch these videos, but I'm going to post them anyways. So anyways, I'm on day 5 of doing no sugar. I'm 30 years old, and ever since I was like 16, I've been trying to do no sugar. So, you know, it's been like 15 years of trying this without success. So anyways, it's just the thing I do, and I just try it every single year. But anyways, this year is feeling a little different. I'm able to make it to day 5 without so much emotional chaos going on in my life. And anyway, so I'm just going to share the epiphanies that I'm having and maybe the reasons why it's working for me this round. Anyways, I just have a story to say for last night as an update of things. So last night, if you didn't watch, but if you're on YouTube, then you watched it. If you're not, then I was having a really hard time on day 4. My willpower banks were super low. Sorry, that's a toy in the background. My willpower banks were really low because I had to do a lot of things that day that required a lot of choice and waiting and patience, things that just deplete your willpower really fast. So that is going to be so annoying. Okay, I turned it off. Super distracting. So anyways, I was having a really rough day. And I know that when I have really low, and it's proven in science that when your willpower banks are depleted, then it's a lot harder to make new habit choices, and you're most likely not to make them. So anyways, I just know from my 15 years of doing this that when my willpower banks are depleted, I eat sugar. I just do. I'm too tired. I can't not make the choice. So last night, this is the one of the things that I'm doing differently this round. This time going into it, I said, when I fail, instead of being like, I'm not going to fail, I'm going to do all these things so I don't fail, kind of having this anxiety behind the fact of failing. So this time around, instead of having that anxiety about, you know, making these goals, I have to get to 30 days without failing, you know, instead of doing that, I said, I'm going to fail because I know after 15 years of doing this that I will fail. So when I fail, because in the past, failure was so hard for me, like ruin my life. I've had really bad moments in my life. You know, some not so bad, but some super low moments where failure was just the end of my world. And failure at my food was the end of my world, which was just really ridiculous, right? So anyways, instead of having that mentality, this time around, I said, when I fail, what will be my reaction? What am I going to do? Because I know what's going to happen. So this time I said, when I fail, the first thing I'm going to do is love myself unconditionally and forgive myself. Just love myself right away, because it's just sugar, you know, it's just food. Don't take yourself so seriously. It's just sugar. It's just food. It's just a goal. It's disappointing. Yeah. And I have physical consequences because of what this sugar is going to do to my body now. But that's it. I don't have to hate myself for not being able to do that goal. It has no reflection on who I am as a person. So, yesterday night, I had that in mind, and I just felt like I was going to lose, you know, or I guess break. I don't know what you want to call it. I was going to eat sugar. There was cheesecake in the fridge, and I'd said no so many times, and it was the end of the day, and I was just like, I think I'm going to go eat it now. I can't say no. You know, it's like you feel like your body's taking over, and you're walking into the kitchen, and then you're going to just do it. And so I just went through my head, and I was like, okay, I'm going to eat sugar now. So the first thing I do is love myself. Okay, so I'm just going to love myself. And I kind of said to myself, you know, you're fine. I love you anyways. If you are going to eat this, then it's okay. It's going to be just fine. And that we did the very best we could. We gave it our whole effort that we could. And then I had this like urge and feeling to be like, I'm just going to go talk to God about it real fast. You know, just because I am feeling a little sad that I'm going to do this. And, you know, I just want to tell him how sad I feel about it. That this is something that I have to do now. And I guess I'm not strong enough to, you know, do it. And that makes me sad that I'm weak, right? So I got on my knees and of course I started crying instantly because when you're sad, you cry. I talked to God and I said, you know, God, I feel like I can't do it. I'm at the end of my rope and this is as far as I can get. So if you can do something, can you please do something? Because that would be great. You know, if you can help me, that would be awesome. And instantly I had this, like, all of a sudden, it's like a resolve that was brought back to the forefront of my mind, almost like a willpower charge that was like brought to the front of my mind. And instantly I thought, oh yeah, I remember, I want to do this as an experiment, kind of like this desire to continue the experiment, continue this not eating sugar when I'm feeling tired to see what will happen experiment. And it's like I had this resolve and desire to want to do it again. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not going to eat the sugar. Sweet. So then I just went to bed and I didn't eat the sugar. So total miracle. I think it's really starting to make sense to me what grace is. I feel like that is total example of what grace is. You know, we do as much as we can, and then he fills in the difference in that way, you know? And I was at the most that I could do that day. And, you know, I think just the biggest thing is don't hate yourself for doing the most that you can do. You know what I mean? That's how I was before, is I would just hate myself that, you know, this is the most that I can do. And now I hate myself because I want it to be something else. Like I want to be able to do all of this by myself. I don't want help, right? I don't want God to have to step in. I want to be strong enough to just do it all by myself, you know? So I think that's the second lesson. And I shared the first lesson in my last videos, but the second lesson is that, you know, don't hate yourself for not being able to do it all, you know, for being weak, for having a limit. And then, you know, let God be there for you, you know. He will be there for you. He was there for me. I guess I can't speak for everybody, but he was there for me. So anyways, that was my experience yesterday. Super, super awesome. It was a big faith, like, strengthener experience. And then today is New Year's, or I guess it's New Year's Eve. So we're having a big family over. My family is over right now. That's what I'm trying to say. They all came over to play games and eat food. And once again, we've got sugar, right? And usually at the holidays and at Christmas and before these 5 days, I was eating everything at the holidays, not even caring, just filling my plate with every last little thing. And that's how I usually am. I remember parties that I was so emotionally distraught because of the food. It was like, it just took away from the party, the people, because all I could think about was the food and how I'm not going to be able to say no to that cookie. And because I'm not going to be able to say no to that cookie, then I'm going to be a terrible person because I'm so weak. And I'm going to, like, you know, just this terrible spiral of depression and anxiety and, like, just not good things, right? So that's usually what happens during the holidays for me. But today, I still haven't eaten sugar. Literally have not. There was cake, there was cheesecake, there was ice cream, there's my favorite chocolate chip cookies from Costco. Those are like my crack, super good. And it was my favorite ice cream too, the Bluebell ice cream, so freaking good, the Christmas edition. So, you know, all of these things that usually I would just not be able to say no to, somehow it's a miracle to me I'm able to say no. Because I have this, I don't know why, because God, I guess, he's helping me with my willpower banks. He's helping me stay on focus. So anyways, that's day 5 for me. I am just doing it a day at a time right now. And the message is, don't hate yourself. if I break tomorrow, I'm going to love myself anyways and not take myself so serious and just get back up and try again. So, hope I see you guys tomorrow with the day 6.